Ron Harris here from MuscularDevelopment.com. Coverage of the Tampa Pro brought to you by High-Tech Pharmaceuticals. Standing here with Milos Sarcev. We just wrapped up day one here, and that's of a two-day show. So the divisions we had today, let me just read the winners of a couple before we get into some details on the last two. Figure went to Larhana Robinson. She looked fantastic. I've seen her a couple shows before. Men's physique, Andre Ferguson, no surprise. He's a three-time Arnold Classic champion, two-time Olympia runner-up. Once I saw that guy's name on the score sheet, even those are 40 guys, I said, yeah, good luck, other guys. It's Andre Ferguson. So he was no slouches in the other top five, but it was Andre's show.
Well, the microphone for you.
Okay. Wellness went to Renee Jewett, of course, the wife of John Jewett. Well-deserved. She looked fantastic. And we got one more. There's a lot of divisions, guys. This is just one day of judging. And women's physique winner was Lenka Fedonkukova from Czech Republic. Did she win in Chicago too?
I'm not sure.
She was either first or second in Chicago, but yeah, she's going to be a factor at the Olympia. Okay, that's it. That's figure. What are you giving me, the sheets? I'm just going to drop on the ground here. All right, let's get into it, guys. Classic Physique. Great class. I think there was about 40 men in that class too. Who made their first impression on you when they first came out? Who did you see as the front runner for that?
Yeah, really, as we talk after prejudging, there was so noticeable, the newcomer, nobody knew about, you didn't know if he's German, Polish, Russian, but he had that stage presence of some seasoned veteran. He's only 22 years old.
Urs Kaliczynski,
yeah, he just actually even confirmed more for the finals. I mean, I really analyzed him, observed, and I wanted to see. He took that stage and he ran away with it. I mean, he dominated. He was shining every step of the way, every pose. There was really facial expressions demanding the attention. I mean, and then that physique, oh my God, the V-taper. He was standing there right next to Steve Laurelis, and we all know his shape. So this time when you stand next to somebody like this, and then you realize, whoa, he can match him and maybe even beat him, and then conditioning was way better. Then you knew that this is today's champion. After prejudging, I think I mentioned, I was quite sure that he was dominating competition. Second guy from UK.
Neil Curry.
Neil Curry, yeah.
Another surprise.
Another surprise, what I said after prejudging, he was great condition, he's not missing anything. So on that note, okay, so why did the Urs beat him? Well, Urs had that something special. Wow, he had the structure of a Chris Bumstead, right? He had that really shapely classic physique. So Neil Curry, very good competitor, small waist, wide shoulders, everything was happening. It just probably needs to work a little bit more on creating that shape, a little bit more aesthetic. So it's not anymore, especially for them, muscle building or conditioning. He nailed the conditioning. He had enough muscle. But now, what can I build to improve on the shape? So if you need a certain muscle, you prioritize. This is how I would look at it.
Yeah. So third place went to Marcus Perry. Steve Laurelis down in fourth. Steve still has phenomenal potential. Just needed to be I wanted to see him a little fuller and obviously conditioned a little better.
Yeah, so see now when you say fuller, this is where things go wrong, because now he would hear, oh, I needed to be fuller. He was plenty big, So when you look at this is interesting, many people that have limbs don't have a torso and vice versa. Now he has crazy limbs, yes. Crazy arms, crazy legs. So now for a torso, yeah, he is very symmetrical, and that's why you maybe think he needs to be fuller. Yeah. But I just think that he needed to be more conditioned and drier, and he would appear, just perfect.
Yeah. He's at the weight limit, so he can't get much bigger anyway.
Yes, I mean, so I don't know if he plans to do the Texas, whatever other shows, but constructive criticism, he needed to get much sharper.
Yeah. And fifth place, Carlos Domar from Miami. Great physique, ponytail, glasses, my man. He put on a great show. Let's get into 212. We just interviewed Kareth Baggio, the winner, so that was your winner. dominating. You called that from the very beginning of judging, Kareth.
Yes. Yeah, so as we were in Chicago, and you see that Ahmed Al-Sadani beat Carrot. And Ahmed improved since Chicago. I don't know what is your opinion, but for me, yes. Ahmed improved, yeah, he was tighter. He had very sharp legs, and from certain angles from the back, it was not the same kind of conditioning. So it was tad off. He's a shape monster. He's really aesthetic, so my type of physique. So of course, when I see something like this, I identify myself, with them. So I would want him to win. But then he was facing too much muscle, too much condition, nothing missing, ready to go, Carrot Bajo. So I think that Carrot is a rightful winner. He did many things right, nothing wrong. I was always on him to, pay attention to the abs a little bit, just when somebody has a so much thickly muscled upper body, shoulders, arms, chest, and then crazy legs. So if you connect this with a super tight midsection and deep abs, then you have a completely new picture. Now you have an aesthetic freak that is conditioned. It's super hard to beat.
Yeah. I mean, Ahmed, geez, it had to be close. I don't know how close it was, but I thought it could have gone either way, personally.
Yeah, it could. It could. This is when now you start analyzing a little bit more judging, and judging should always award the conditioning. So there's obviously years of going into building this kind of thickness and muscularity that Bajo has, and he was greatly conditioned. He was presenting everything perfectly, and shape monster, right? Ahmed was just slightly off. So who do you give? So I call it after prejudging. I don't know the score sheets, but if I'm a judge, even though I like aesthetic physiques and shape, better than just pure muscle and thickness, I would still go with Carrot.
Fair enough. Third place, Bo Lewis. He was my favorite going into this show. Based on what I've seen him do before, and I follow his progress pictures. He sends me pictures. I thought he had this wrapped up, but then it came out, and the condition was not what I was hoping to see.
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, not off, but not what you're hoping to see. And that's the difference. When you talk about maybe Phil Heath losing to Sean, and we were saying he was not he was in great condition, but not in a great condition for Phil Heath that he has established himself. And Bo Lewis last year in one of the shows, I forget which one, that he won, New York Pro, he was sliced and diced dry to the bone. Right. So he wasn't exactly like this. He was very good. I think that tonight he was sharper. So actually, tonight I thought like maybe they're going to do a few more comparisons, and here he comes. Maybe he can contest Ahmed for second place and even fight Carrot. But they just probably made up their mind this morning.
John Jewett in fourth. That's a conditioning king. I've seen fantastic. I believe this is his fourth show of the season already. Yeah. And he's been very, very consistent. He tried to come in a little fuller today. Yeah. It didn't really make much of a difference. He ended up in the same spot. Yeah. I don't know what he needs to do because he's got a hell of a physique. What does he need to do? He's got a pro win before. He won was it Chicago Pro a couple of years ago? Yeah. But what does he need to do to beat guys like to beat him today?
Well, just come with his trademark rock hard dry conditioning. He just needs to continue to do that. I mean, can you really build so much more muscle mass at his stage? So if you can really improve in a muscle mass department, what else can you improve on? Just come slice and dice and see what happens. Because, as you know, he won the show and he was very competitive last week. Today, I didn't see him contesting top 3. But he was solid fourth.
And rounding out top 5, I'd never heard of this guy before. From Colombia, Esteban Alejandro Fuquene, bravo.
Yeah.
Looked great.
Yeah, he looked great. Initially, I didn't really notice him. And then when he started posing, I started realizing, wait a second, these legs are super shredded. Oh, wait a second, glutes, hamstring, from the back, super shredded. Then I look at his back. Then I realized that from the front, okay, he didn't just leave that impression. He didn't have those strided pecs, and he didn't have really deep abs. And okay, I'm gonna say my 2 cents. I understand that a lot of people like vacuum pose, vacuum front double biceps, and for me, very few people actually look good in that one. And the vacuum does what? Hides the abs. So for me, it was always nonsense. Why would you want to hide when you're supposed to present and show what you have? So, on that note, some people look really very good in this kind of vacuum front double biceps. I would like to see him do a conventional front double biceps and work on his abs, maybe a little bit more thickness of the chest, and he is going to be a great contender.
So that's why Esteban, escucha a ese hombre.
Escucha.
Es un experto.
Yeah.
The only other guy I want to mention, a couple guys, just because I know people are going to be asking, what happened to Guy Cisternino? Guy looked good, but Guy didn't look like as good as he's looked before. So he was not a factor today, unfortunately. The other guy that I had him as a favorite going into this show, Austin Carr. And if he had been in condition,
Yes.
he would have been pushing carrots for the win.
Yes, after prejudging, we talked to Austin. You see, he was devastated. I mean, if you look at the pictures going into the show, he was very well conditioned, no body fat. I took a picture with him a month ago, and he was pretty much contest ready at the powerhouse, Hide's powerhouse in Vegas. This is typical example of thinking. Of things going very wrong. He tried to carb load with too much dirty carbs, so to speak. And I told him, I'm devastated for, and he is devastated. I'm devastated for him because I know what it feels, But why risk something that you don't know what dirty carbs are physiologically going to do and nutritionally going to give you to be superior? Food that you eat during a contest prep, you stick with it. You can change the amount, but not the kind, because this is a prime example of what can happen.
Yeah. I think where people get that idea is they eat all this crap after show and they wake up the next day and go, "Oh, I wish I looked like this yesterday." But it doesn't work out that way in real life.
It doesn't work out this way, and I'm sure that he's going to come back. He has one of the best legs in the whole bodybuilding. Open 212 doesn't matter. The legs are phenomenal, and he was conditioned before, so he can get it again. So I'm sure, Austin, don't. This is already past. It happened. You learn from it and just move forward.
Go to Texas, Austin. Come on. That's something you can fix very easily. So that's it. That wraps up day one, guys. Day two is tomorrow. Hector's doing his Instagram story. I don't know what he's doing. Day two tomorrow, we're going to have all the remaining divisions, bikini, fitness, women's bodybuilding, and, of course, open men. That's the big one. It's going to start at 11:30, so we don't know when open men, so don't be messaging me on Instagram, when are the open men going on? I don't know. But you can go to Tim Gardner Productions, get the pay-per-view, and, of course, all the great contest coverage, musculardevelopment.com. Go to the No Bull Forum. We have a play-by-play thread for this show, 2021 Tampa Pro, with right now there's about 500 or 600 pictures uploaded that I took from the front row that were instantly uploaded, all the comparisons. We got a contest gallery with the professional pictures from Hector here, Hector Mendoza, and of course more on the YouTube channel. Like the channel, like the videos, subscribe to the channel, do all that good stuff, the thumbs up, no thumbs down. And for Milos Sarcev and Ron Harris, Muscular Development, coverage of the Tampa Pro, brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals. We'll see you back here tomorrow.